we had a lot of respect coming in the game, and even more so after the game, for a really, really good, scrappy, tough Grambling team. Coach Dante's done a tremendous job with that group. They have a belief, and they have some parts that can really make it hard on your team. I was a little bit nervous going in, and then I watched the Virginia Tech game and have so much respect for Mike Young and the coaching staff there. And it was 23-13 Grambling early. And we try to tell our guys, man, this will not be easy. Yep, we're playing at home and all that. But I really, really thought the game turned a bit after the last media timeout. Maybe I took it. I can't remember. But the group that was in the game took the lead or the deficit from 12 down, and we went up 1 at halftime. I think that took some pressure off. And boy, number 2, I said in the pregame, Nick, I just hope no one takes for granted the opportunity to come watch him play. He's a magnificent scorer, but he does so many little things for our team, and and to his teammates. Our group just takes what you give us. If he needs to score 14, and the way they're playing other guys, he'll do it. If they let him go crazy, we'll take that too. So really thought our group's second half response or last 24 minutes was terrific.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? So I have a question about the, starting off kind of slow, shooting about 29% from three. I mean, from the field, but going into halftime with the 1-point lead. What was kind of? I know you called a couple timeouts there. What was kind of the strategy going into that?
Yeah, and I don't usually burn my timeouts, but I think the game warranted it. I'm not married to philosophy. Like, I put Kyle back in with 2 fouls. We were getting hit with body blows and kind of wavering on our heels, and we have such a compliant group. Really, we were just trying to speak life and play in our identity. Like, the way we're built, we're the sum of our individual parts is when we're at our best. So we just kept messaging that. And Kyle Rode, if you just look at what he did in the first half, I think he was a -5 into the game with a +15. Colin Porter's a freshman, he's +24. Zach Cleveland is a freshman, he's +18. I really think those guys are growing into the kind of players that have worn these uniforms before them.
Coach, one more from us, then we'll turn it over to the media. How about the defensive adjustments that you made? They were getting a lot of easy looks, it felt like, there at the basket and points in the paint, but doubling those defenders down there seemed like it really paid off for you.
Yeah, we've got variations of our coverages, and I think our guys just we just played a little bit harder and didn't have the same amount of pressure on us early because we were kind of in a flow offensively, and that helps any team. But yeah, again, I don't know what we've won. I think we started 2-3. So what's our record now?
8-4.
So 5 of our last 6, and you'd never know it because our group is. I just think we're focused on trying to get better, and obviously quick turn for a noon game on Wednesday. But yeah, I like the direction we're headed.
Members of the media, do you have anything?
Ritchie, from the second half performance against Bryant, and then obviously the second half tonight as well, is there something that can be taken from each of these last 2 second halves in particular about responding at halftime and into the second half into adjustments and really what this team's capable of when they play the unselfish basketball that you guys preach?
Yeah, and I think it's more about the consistency over the course of 40 minutes because going into the Bryant game, our point differentiation in the first half was significantly better than the second half. And Kyle Rode and a couple of others challenged our group, hey, we got to get closer to being more complete for 40 minutes. And I think our guys have responded. But you make a good point. Our group is capable. I shared at one of the timeouts, look, we came down from 52-26 against a good Southern Miss team and took the lead in 7 minutes. So when we're right offensively, we're a tough out. When those 2 ends marry, get married, the offensive and defensive end. It's kind of what we're striving for, and I think we're getting a little closer to that.
Coach, your team made 20 free throws tonight. It seemed like early in the game they were really trying to take away the three-point line from you. Can you talk about your team's ability to get to the free throw line tonight and that being a key?
Yeah, well, they climb up in you, and when they climb up in you, you gotta relieve pressure, and we can space the floor because our guys can shoot. But I thought we took care of the ball pretty decent. When we have 8 turnovers, so when we take care of the ball and create for one another, we're at our best offensively, and I think the way their scheme is built, we had an opportunity or two to capitalize on that.
To your point a moment ago as well on it being a 40-minute game against Grambling State tonight, what advantage did you guys have knowing obviously Virginia Tech as well as you do, knowing what they have put together, and then being able to just understand going in tonight, not panicking early and allowing the game to come to you?
And I'd say that's the collaboration of our assistant coaches and the way they prep our guys for their scouts, and then our older group that is doing a great job leading. Yeah, we have a familiarity with some of the opposition. We watch and prepare, but we don't change much. When I was with Tony for 6 years, the thing I really respect about him is how consistent he is with the way he leads his group. And we're similar. We might make some adjustments or some tweaks, but our everyday approach, it's pretty consistent, and it looks kind of a little redundant, but we think there's simplicity in execution. And I just think the closer we get to that being more and more our DNA over a 40-minute game, the better we are. I got a question for you, AY. Let's make sure we get this 4-peat and see if you can talk Coach Aldridge into running my fleet flicker that I've been asking for. Good luck down there in Boca. Thanks, guys.